I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the seven. I'm
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin Durant said his days of trying to prove himself through basketball are done. He said, walking around with a chip on my shoulder is not my thing. I'm more relaxed than letting these days flow. I'm the best version of me. I don't need to prove who I am. I've been in it for too long. Kevin, this is a guy who is finally comfortable with himself.
All right, thanks, D.A. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center.
Super sharp here offensively, 4 of 5 so far. Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
That's good from Lopez. On the three off target.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here's Allen, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Outside Matthews. Passes to Middleton. And the Bucks miss again. And with the Bucks in their offense, Brent, it all starts with Giannis.
Starts with Giannis, and that might have got them into trouble last year. They could maybe use another creator in a way where a guy can manufacture his own points. Who knows? Maybe that's growth within. Maybe that's Chris Middleton as he tries to improve his game, or Eric Bledsoe in some way. But the team does need a little bit more dynamism on the offensive end.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points. Brooklyn trailing. Irving surveying the floor. LeVert kicks to Allen. LeVert against Middleton. LeVert the pass to Irving. Just 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The 3 from KD. That doesn't go either for KD.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Durant. Back to Irving. Outside, KD. Takes a shot at the elbow. Great D that time from Middleton.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Antetokounmpo, those long strides and then fearless in his attack.
Nets trail by 3. They double him with Matthews. Pass to Irving. Now here's LeVert. Over Middleton. And that one goes long. Stolen by LeVert. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame. A smart block, if you will.
And so it's Bledsoe with the Milwaukee Bucks. Allen against Lopez. Outside Matthews. Knocked loose. 5 to shoot. From downtown, Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14. And that one's good by Giannis.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
LeVert against Middleton. LeVert kicks to Allen. Matthews with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Spencer Dinwiddie. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
A different look for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Torian Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. The inbound. He goes up again, and it's Antetokounmpo with the bucket inside. Giannis has got 12 in the game.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Trying to get open is Irving. No good from Durant. Milwaukee leading by 5.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning Coach of the Year for the second time, just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talked a lot about Bud ball. You add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. It really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
Nets trail by 7. Now, here is Irving. Outside, KD. Bangs home the trifecta. 7 points in the game.
Well, the ball hitting his hands and then the ball hitting the back of the net.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Irving. Outside Durant. There's the triple. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling.
He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
No good on that one.
After leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the Most Valuable Player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise? What kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent.
Second free throw, no good. Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best. Even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible. And I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night, competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise. And I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
Here's Irving. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Over Hill. And it's Irving missing. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Offensive rebound. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Great instincts by Giannis. Superb timing, and then he pounced on top of that miss.
Hill against Irving. Dishes it to Harris. To the inside, and stolen by Ilyasova. Here's Antetokounmpo, takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Irving. Harris outside. The 3. That's tipped. Bucks leading by 10. Hill passes to Ilyasova. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. And it's blocked by Jordan.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
He comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions, and because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor, and then he's going to make the right play at the right time.
Free throw drops for Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Both free throws good from Hill. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 20-7 run. Here's Connaughton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Lopez. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Irving passes to Jordan. Jacks up a three. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Here's Connaughton. Six on the shot clock. On the pass to DiVincenzo. And he pops in the layup off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 13.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Irving against Hill. Now Irving. 7 points in the game. Pulls up on the elbow. They get the rebound. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We've got George Hill. Williams is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Now here's Williams. Hill finds Lopez. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Prince. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Prince does a nice job there leaking out in transition. And when he gets that kind of room, it gets dangerous.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Here's Korver for three, and the three ball is good. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Gotta love how Korver's outside shot keeps looking better and better.
Attacking. Prince wide open. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Bucks have gotten only one of their first four shots in the second quarter to drop.
Now, how about breaking out of the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Nets trail by 14. Harris outside. Here's Irving. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly who we talk about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize you. You're exactly right.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebound, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for George Hill.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Bledsoe. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, he might be 6'1", but Eric Bledsoe is fantastic with different kinds of finishes around the rim.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Jordan dishes to Allen. Goes back up, and it's sent back by Lopez. Pass to Court. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Bledsoe left side. That shot misses. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Lobs it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where he's a huge threat to complete any sort of alley-oop. You could throw that at the top of the square, and DJ's going to throw it in.
Bledsoe outside. And it's blocked by Jordan. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Robin Lopez. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Kyle Korver. Durant's checked in for the Nets. And so it's Milwaukee with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. 4 on the clock. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, good job cutting away from the ball and through the defense. Keep him in front of you.
And so Nets, a 12-point game. He kicks it to Durant. And stolen by Williams. Bledsoe with it. Now here's Lopez. Fires the three. LeVert grabs the miss. KD on the wing. Goes up the baseline. Shot up 2 there. Durant's got 9.
One of the more skilled offensive players that's on the floor here tonight. Kevin, not an easy fella to hold in check.
Irving against Bledsoe. To the paint. Here's Matthews. That one doesn't go. Dinwiddie with some nice D. He gets the ball. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket. Milwaukee leading by 8. Middleton outside. And here's Bledsoe. Back to Middleton. 3-pointer. Allen with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. It's LeVert on the wing. The high post shot. Rebound by Williams. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Middleton against LeVert. Here's Lopez. His three-pointers off the mark. Nets trail by 8. KD passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Durant. Beyond the arc. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Bledsoe. That one's off. Still out of sync. The Nets have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Durant, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Bledsoe. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Irving.
When you make shots like that, Kevin, Kyrie has shown just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
Timeout called the Bucks. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to us.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 billion extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Checked in for the Bucks.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Bledsoe outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 7 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Nobody near Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 18 points for Kyrie Irving.
That's one of the more dangerous shots. The form, the quick release, everything for Kyrie in sync.
Here's Lopez. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like we're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Led by as many as 14 points. Giannis is double. Bledsoe for 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
Allen finds Irving. Knocked away. Down low. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 10. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And it's sent back by Allen. There's Dinwiddie. Inside. Here's Durant. And KD throws it down.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the Monster Jam.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Middleton against LeVert. Matthews up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 5 on the clock. Bledsoe for 3. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 3 of 7 at the foul line. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Brooklyn, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Irving. You often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, a favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player. That's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Count the basket. Dinwiddie's got 6 here in this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Giannis outside. Excellent D there from Allen.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
To the middle. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Durant.
And Kevin Durant, simply one of the game's greatest scorers of all time.
Here's Giannis. Tries again, and it's sent back by KD. Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. And the call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Brooklyn, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. They now lead as the free throw drops for him. 36 seconds left now here in the second. Hill looking around. On the wing, Giannis. It's good. Antetokounmpo's got 29 in the game.
I mean, just look at the box score right now. He's not only filling it up with these points, but in every facet of the game.
Here's Allen. Allen falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now Hill. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Second shot opportunity.
Fire inside of KD, wanting to be his best in every phase of the game, including the defensive end.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 18 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway? And that's a wrap with the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Antetokounmpo in this game, it's been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
All up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in at the small forward position. The Nets shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Throw no good from Dinwiddie. Well, a lot of rough times for Irving in his final year with the Celtics. Opted out, and obviously Greg wanted a change.
And quickly zeroed in on Brooklyn as a destination. His time in Boston had clearly come to an end by the finale of last season. Now joins up with a new stacked team in Brooklyn.
Now with KD, there's just not a spot on the floor where once he gets it, you don't feel like he's confident and comfortable to score. Tonight, inflicting some serious pain.
The Bucks have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Coach, that's 50%. Not great work there.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
We can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek things are ripe.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
And not doing anything to erase his reputation as a shaky free throw shooter. This game really only making it worse.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Irving can't hit.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy 3 of 4 to start it off.
Bledsoe, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
That's a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Eric Bledsoe bounced around a little bit in the early part of his career under the tutelage of Chris Paul when he first came into the league. Seems like he's found a home here and very much settling into his role.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 11 points in the game. And there it is for him.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely
off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his 4th foul of the contest. KD against Giannis. Yep, that one goes in there. Giannis has got 31.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
KD against Giannis. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. LeVert against Middleton. Here's Lopez. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Allen up top. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to KD. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, we know Durant's difficult to slow down, but when he's penetrating like that, the defense just cannot deal with that length.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
That's good from Durant. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts, softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Here's LeVert following the basket by Giannis. LeVert the pass to Jordan. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And the Nets lead by 10.
That's some big boy stuff from DJ. He likes the chance to finish through contact.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Now here's Bledsoe. 12 points for him. Kicks it down to Middleton. Lets it go with a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Middleton's got 6.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch-and-shoot game.
Dinwiddie against Matthews. Pass to KD. The 11-footer. And again, it's Brooklyn converted.
With a combination, upbeat and unselfish, Durant is the face of the franchise that most people projected him to be.
Pass to outside Matthews. Giannis. That one, no good. Some solid defense there from KD.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now So here's Matthews. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lopez passes to Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now the pass to LeVert. Outside Jordan. Dinwiddie against Matthews. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. A rebound by the Bucks.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, the muscle of Antetokounmpo is impressive. He's just destroying the defense right now. Chris Middleton's an interesting story. I remember when he signed his first extension and talking to, at that time, his head coach, Jason Kidd, that Chris was dealing with living up to the contract. I think after that first season went by, he settled back down. It got him into a position to earn this second contract. And now he knows where he belongs. He knows how important he is to the Milwaukee Bucks and their continued success and striving towards a championship in the city.
Throw good. Giannis. And for Middleton, he was drafted in the second round by Detroit. Brent, they sent him to the G League, which he says was the turning point for him.
Well, I think he just got hungrier and realized there's a self-awareness part of this that he needed to grow and he needed to maybe adjust some of his work habits. Went from an overlooked second-round pick to an NBA All-Star, Kevin. I would call that great focus. And now he wants to be a consistent performer on a nightly basis, lead this team to championship level.
Antetokounmpo lays it up and in on a nice reverse. Antetokounmpo's got 40 points. Timeout called the Nets.
And as things present themselves throughout the game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
Switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Nets leading by 6. Harris looking it over. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Lopez against Gordon. Back to Dinwiddie. Jordan inside. Lopez is there. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Pass to Lopez. To the inside. No good on the shot along that time.
May not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Well, last season, for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.